Hello, welcome back by again lo VBTC Stret Tok program. Welcome back lo one other segment lo Stret Tok we to got today. We want to welcome you've lo join this live broadcast lo television lo Vanuatu. You will tune in lo radio Vanuatu mo you will follow VBTC Facebook page live lo today lo midday. And yes, I think just to recap no more lo kita last couple of Stret Tok programs we've been cut. I think suppose you may recall him been cut with one well-known renowned economist, Caribbean, where him to got him Mala Dugaran, when we've been start with him to talk about all the economic related issues, especially the small island nation also Vanuatu. And prior to him to being cut Minister of Finance, Honorable Johnny Kwanapo, and we've been talk about two all the impacts of disaster where he got lo especially low financial capacity of the country, time especially low before earthquake last year we've been go through them, and how you go about recover this event. Now, this Stret Tok segment, no different, but him to still talk inside the economy, especially the side of finance, and especially by him to talk about the thinking or before thinking we stop na you must have a custom, especially one secured finance accessibility or access to finance, even during a time long disaster. Guest way him to fortunate enough to cut him today inside the studio whereby me got big wealth knowledge side of finance, and him to fortunate enough to cut him inside the studio today me none other but the governor of the Reserve Bank of Vanuatu, Mr. August Letlet, where we start with him to inside the studio today. Thank you to Mas Governor for having make him time. You may understand you got tight schedule all days we start come. Thank you to Mas please have start today the Stret Tok program to me.
It's my honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. So, Governor, I think you look at topic way stop, whereby my story and today, me little bit one bivla topic, might be doing some government upload this 1 hour session, the Stret Tok, but me trust by all this we start come because more story and lo mas you Mr. Ko. Now, topic where me stop me digital more green finance, building Vanuatu's climate resilient future. Now, topic I governor me inspired lo main thing now, main theme where number 3 economic symposium whereby office play me host them lo santo earlier lo early next month. So you have come no plo I think you start the best position no plo have talk about no more program down limi no more one now hemi digital finance mo one now me green finance time you start talk about to fly one now me minimum mo how no you think say me important lo any sector of the economy today.
Thank you, Jamie. Also, we me really honored me start today. Lo yumi all viewers. Also, Reserve Bank me been planned look at this symposium lo December last year. But unfortunately, situation me not aligned, so me thinking blow me move me come lo July lo this year. People thinking digital mo green finance. He come in through lo one time where he got one sector lo economy where only no got access lo normal financial system. That sector me one big fella sector, and you miss a time lo include mulgata inside from contribution lo get lo economy me big one. You may call them mulgata I mean work about there lo national financial inclusion. So national financial inclusion one big volatile thing where normally all government all countries now all driver. But some regions today lo world, especially you may lo Pacific, you may take them say all central banks, all Reserve Bank, lo country all get now take them lead them. Basically financial system you may set up one way where you make it a law where you may follow them, and Reserve Bank regulate all financial system, and all financial system you may everyone you may cut one body where only look at them you may everyone all get a law where you may report the all get where law blow you may cover map anti money laundering more counter financing of terrorism, and all get only come in blow only. Even only regulate them Reserve Bank. Blow make them say you mean no cut any form of money other than one where me journey and me enter the financial system. But then time where you me think about rule block you may say most all commercial banks lo me only one them say only must also make them profit. So one them when by only accept them me all be big black line. But you got that sector blow economy where me left out. So now say all central banks only believe say only serve work with them government. Blow bulu molgeta slowly somewhere somehow blow come inside the financial system. And anti-money laundering, hemi one law where only putum across the board. You big, you small, you must abide to it. So hemi now say some sector of the economy only left out. So this national financial inclusion, one initiative where all central bank, most all central banks lo will only team up with them all government lo yumi central banks no more RBV no more driving, but also, we start finish the first national financial inclusion strategy. Now, you meeting things about you launch a second national financial inclusion strategy, Los Santo, after where you conduct one demand side survey. Demand side survey, and me help me identify say who or how much only got bank account, how much only no got bank account, and from one M sector blow economy, and then now you meeting say by policy blow me or discussion blow me blow help them country blow develop them some way in which blow you make a remol get igam or some you me include them all get igam. So heme no more. So by you Mr. could say Reserve Bank law 2001 pass them one law parliament only call them national payment system. From no more say Reserve Bank Act no cater for that particular sector of the economy, so you may ratify or you may design one legislation, blow make them say, blow try one way or the other, or players here only part inside, and you must have to regulate them all. Say, for example, you must have an issue right, all telecom companies will only facilitate them. That's why you make that MVATU, digital money or one. So, Hemi say, even though all commercial banks blow me only hold them tight all requirements blow get but all small man blow me only still serve transact through law all means here now say one seasonal worker I miss New Zealand hemi serve send the money blow Mrs. Blem or all beginning blem through law MVATU or law digital my cash and Naravala one blow Vodafone. So without actually going to the bank from blow you go to bank, but bank only ask him you say you got money also one them. How much one them security display you blow you have access or you have use service together. But by using this digital platform, and now when you must blow elevate them say you can still send your money while blow also make them sure say you got security blow money too more risk you may manage them do same time. Naravala part blow discussion green finance. Green finance by you just go law national strategy then where you may launch them Los Santo, then you may work together with them on commercial banks. Blow you may tell them say okay, now here you may want them say you will assist them all sector where only promote them renewable energy. So even now say by you may assist them to say how much you have a land the all sector here. Wherever not do still far behind. All countries also Fiji, PNG only well ahead level is well. You make that national energy roadmap where government may launch them. But you may think financing blame now important. And a survey now, demand side survey whereby you may launch them Los Santo in few days time by him giving you way forward of which central bank and the government always have to work together on how you may have a run national energy roadmap, say for example, but it has to be one very inclusive, more sustainable way.
Thank you, Thomas, Governor. I think you mentioned them small about some sector, community or society only left out, especially the side access digital financial services. Suppose you have talk about small digital financial services. One of them now will get a specific policies or probably regulatory framework where Reserve Bank of Vanuatu has been implementing fini, so he start implementing promote them digital financial inclusion, especially particularly rural or remote communities of Vanuatu.
Thank you. Also when we talem small, got national financial payment system blo country where government mi ratify finish lo parliament and mi allow Reserve Bank blo mi administer them or mi regulate them. So that platform mi already allow them all players, all telecom companies and whoever have apply from license. Blo RBB have give him license plan. Blo mi have go facilitate them all transactions on them. So one name where him stop is you have these big banks, or they got all big requirement, but you may also small one, you may not save. So he may now say, you may go provide them, but he may not finish it. From the launching Los Santos, the symposium Los Santos, by Reserve Bank, and we launch them one way, or they call them regulatory sandbox. He may now, one environment, or also say, yes, also say, one environment where every player solely come inside, and only tell them, you may say, how only save manage digital payments. Only come inside, only tell them, you may say, this is how I'm going to play. These are my rules for managing risk. And maybe all risk also may include them all scam. And suppose payee or recipient, and we feel say manipulate me lose somewhere. How now by him me address them. So him you may not get yet, but time when you may call Santo. You may go launch him. You may go one where start me regulatory sandbox. Time where you may go launch him, then you may invite them all players. So they come inside. From now, you may issue more license no more. You may issue license. You call Digicel, Western Union, Telecom, and even some others where only have facilitate them these transactions. So, no sense that it has to be inclusive. Suppose mama blow me find them mobility blow me go around. It's difficult. Say for example, one leg blow me out. Me still start blow house no more. Me start talk with me. And blow me tell them say you must go create one enva double or me go santo me go create one enva double. So suppose me one them me go no more. Mi go no lo account lo mi transfer money go lo account blame mi sta no lo santo inclusivity me no say me no sabe go lo town but stuff no lo house me no we government is trying to make them through lo time lo cyclone and me very important. So you got a lot of agencies where only must work together and low level block government is very important, but we have to start somewhere. And environment where you may try to create them, it has to be a safe environment. Also, say me send them money, me must save. Se mania bahemiko as far as mama blumi where me stablo santo, me handicap, me no got or even one where me no save look, but me save say he got one money also me stalo account blame. That is what we call inclusivity. And then we come lo sustainability plan, and now say you need to support the government. Say for example, network. You need them full coverage. Also, this is what I'm going to tell them say, okay, only cover this much. But you may still find them out the time where you call some remote areas of Vanuatu, and is still one issue. So you may want them reliability blow network. And then how you may build them over there, maybe blow government and everything around one more submarine cable. Or who knows? But it is a joint or a coordinated approach. So suppose government is provide them infrastructure here, lo one end, all players lo nerve line only have assist. And central bank or Reserve Bank and come in play one role blow regulate them. You make them sure we all play by the same rule, and that rule has to be safe.
Thank you, Thomas, Governor. Miara, you mentioned more about scams. I think they must deal with them digital services, especially finance. You must expose you to all cases of risk or some scam or something or some. I think you've been mentioning this, but you have explained more about how now Reserve Bank is step up to address cyber security, more fraud risk, especially low digital financial services, to ensure say you got protection, more trust is stable time.
Absolutely. So now when we tell small they say. National payment system, we provide them now where only ratify the parliament some avenue, but in no detail. Regulatory sandbox whereby we can launch Los Santos. And now by after when we launch, you may invite them every player so they come inside. Only time lo talem lo you may have lo by only play. Time when once come also me grab have lo by only manage them. So hemena by mivla although mivla no got that technology, but with them partnership with them government and with them all narrow play lo economy, you may believe say we can provide that environment. And you make at one example, lo 2022 where you may face one very unfortunate situation where system block of man emi down, but let me give him you me one lesson. So to build up from that lesson, you may got one very dedicated office where government set them up, and you may got also Reserve Bank. Before you may issue one license, these are the conditions that you must meet him. Also, how reactive or how preventive you will be. Time where me will issue me one license, or before me issue me one license, so you must document them. Ikam and by him form and part the condition for license. So right now you make it well all schemes will saki up, but hemena you may want them regulate them together. And also we have to do in a way that everybody only benefit. Yes.
Thank you, Thomas. Governor, I think yes, you start talk about digital financing. Digital era, one new era where people is stuck inside them, plus have current services. One of now all get steps where Reserve Bank can start taking probably improve all by more last mile connectivity, more digital literacy. Support more people, you will live most remote areas, please have learn how to use them or learn how to use more digital finance or some example mobile banking or e-payments.
Thank you. Also, where we tell small, you got one dedicated unit inside the Reserve Bank, where we call National Financial Inclusion. And this unit only started very slow pass. You got one strategy where only launch them. Me only aim blow only try blow bridge him kapia, and one way only stop make him is you know save commander with them one policy nothing else. You must conduct them one survey. So only been launching one survey with them. I'll get the Bureau of Statistics, blow find them out all gaps where only stop and findings blow get done now by only present them Loli Gonville in the next few weeks. Blow giving you me some things. Okay, country is a move someone. How much people only left without bank account? How much people will only not survey about revenue or expense? How much people were only harem about? But only no got opportunity no more. So hemena say lo side of financial literacy. Hemi one big la talk and hemena also say you. Also, you must admit him, say, Reserve Bank and Mr. Trump push him, go forward with the Ministry of Education, that we have to introduce somehow this syllabus inside the curriculum, Vanuatu. Blow make him say every beginning only come tomorrow, only should save. How blow only read him, money blow get away, make him inside, only receive him, more how blow only save spend the money, more how we only save manage him, money blow get a sense that law all challenge people surface say like for example all risk. So everything thing only part of national financial inclusion. So this new strategy whereby him tell him survey by me must show him. Okay. So time we survey me show him, then together with them government you must put them resources to go together. And then him and by you tell him say okay literacy blow you me show him say literacy rate and show him say financial literacy, I say, this group of people only no save no more. Say one name digital payment. And this group of people only save, but only never practice him. And now, time when we come back, you may all decision makers, you may decide law policy, okay, you may take it area. But one name you want them to make area, how you invest, it must be sustainable. You know, say you go no more, only get up, then only fall back again. No. You invest iko only get up, then you maintain them all get iko. And hemena you may want them look, blow you may try and blow bridge him kapia. So like you and me, you may to got on bank account. Next person, emi no sa got on bank account. From no more by him tell him say, hemi no got one regular flow blow income. Or time when we go to bank ulit alam se bayu sakar mani blo yul sewana. So heme na ujimi wente matrase mul people ya. But heme also when we tell first one say heme outside lo mandatory role lo one Reserve Bank. So but you may look say who is going to step in and bring him all get come inside. So you miss a Trump go inside first time. And by you meet team with them government na blo me work together.
Thank you, Thomas, Governor. I think outlook curiosity no more. You got any plans for Reserve Bank to introduce probably one digital currency for central banks, or probably support one private sector digital currency, especially to enhance more improve access to finance more, to get more efficiency.
Lo said lo digital currency, yes, lo national payment system, low. Low, I mean, must tell them lo you first time. I'm giving you that power. So lo said lo digital currency, national payment system, me allow me finish. So that national, that digital currency, I mean now say me send them one money come to you make them all payment. Hemi different law, virtual asset or crypto, hemi different. So time when me tell them say digital currency, I mean now say we trade or e-payment, you may go online no more, you may go something. But suppose you may come about, you may go specific say no, you stop refer lo. On form, the distributed ledger technology, you have virtual asset token, crypto, you may not get one low blame yet. So even suppose but Reserve Bank, the regulator.
So is Reserve Bank considering a policy law crypto?
You may get one legislation where I may not recognize him yet, but you may encourage him. And me understand say you may law Vanuatu Financial Services Commission you may move ahead finish law government may ratify one legislation and only the one them work with them you may make them sure say legislation blow you may do cap 1 to 5 and me act blow Reserve Bank blow and me change blow and me recognize them naravla form blow currency where you call them say virtual assets. Virtual assets, anything, but later on you can convert it into form of money, fiat money or fiat currency. And then I say that has to be regulated by the central bank. And me sit down there, me glad to tell them say me will store with them. I'll get a law IMF and new legislation blow Reserve Bank. Mr. Kam law this year by Golo Parliament. Every new thing where you may want them law side law innovations, digitalization. Everything about go inside law new legislation. And then when you go inside law new legislation, you must have tell them say you make out one platform or one regulatory platform where we facilitate them. All thing blow government, thing blow country, law one way where he safe, more strong.
Thank you, Thomas, Governor. Suppose you say stick small side blow green finance. How now Reserve Bank can stop encourage more Naravla Bank? Or finance institution to apply more probably integrate them all climate risk assessment inside law all activities for blending yes especially all vulnerable sectors also agriculture more tourism.
Thank you, Jamie. Also, me must honest talent. You may not venture into it yet, but you must promote them now. You may go launch them Los Santo, and then where you may go launch them Los Santo, then by you may come you may develop the strategy, you may share them, and now by you may move with them all commercial banks. And also when we tell them small Fiji and PNG only move ahead finish. So maybe sometimes in the future then but you may come back tell them say okay we've launched the strategy and then you must roll them out and then you may come back you may assess them you may so where now you may stop them. But government you got that big policy finish. And suppose you may launch them by really assist him government blow accomplish him national energy roadmap plan where he stop but financing blame no more. He may not come yet. So time where you may go launch them strategy when I may ready finish you may launch them and then you may come you may roll them out then we by me tell them all commercial banks okay this is the new strategy where regulator or country as a whole and need from by you must go for them then later on then by me assess them say okay how much in total loan where all commercial bank only give him out and how much where you may think say all big investors only come in only venture into it and you may come in as them say okay no this green finance and now progress the country Mr. Go but somehow maybe central bank may come in late from no more say You may got 5 years no more stop national energy roadmap maybe by end of 2030 or I don't know, maybe beyond that. Maybe the next roadmap, new strategy by really a system. And we are determined. Blow work with them government, blow making sure say inclusivity, digitalization, with them green finance, all you must work together. Law and blame, you may want them one sustainable development.
Thank you too much, Governor Loeme. You got any incentive or guidelines step in place where Reserve Bank set them to promote them, especially green loans, address more sustainable investments, more also finance more infrastructure really much more resilient to face climate change?
That is definitely whereby you must movie goals. Strategy I'm developing is people launch him.
Okay.
Launch him santo, you may come, you may definitely all incentives, of course, by regulators, look very strongly in them. And since whereby you may support them, there will be incentive for the financial system. And me pretty sure as all development partners, I don't get that heavy land finish. So all commercial banks no more only assisting private sector. How blow have addressing but suppose you got the one incentive or one guarantee where government is giving or even regulator but you cannot give that incentive at the same time you regulate them. There will be ways. Of course that the strategy may launch, there will be ways on which but you must accomplish these ultimate goals.
So is there any international bodies where Reserve Bank is to work with them especially promoting access to climate finance, more technical assistance?
Definitely. You may team up Lorigen, you may team up with the Central Bank Lorigen, you may call them one initiative where you may call them Pacific Island Regional Initiative, PIRI. You may team up one international body where only call them Alliance for Financial Inclusion, AFI. That international body where you may team up with them all get now all stop assisting you with them all country also when we talk about Fiji and PNG all stop assisting all get have by you moving go forward. Me sure as suppose strategy block country and me launch by all development partners only come inside only pick them up immediately. And that is the big body, international body we call them Alliance for Financial Inclusion.
Thank you too much, Governor. I think going to come a last subtopic, especially talk inside green finance, more digital finance. We talk about more inclusive growth, more resilient. How now Reserve Bank is start making sure say digital finance, more green financing initiative, and align with them needs belong all women, youth, more small business.
Yes, definitely. Also say this symposium. It got 6 team everyone, and first one all get about enabling environment, and one high level team, and me glad say most all state ministers, including Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, only confirm participation all get up all establish. And then we got Naravala 5 down, we got one, I think team number 5, where dedicated specifically lo also inclusivity, all women, all youth. And all get away only you medalem say me no sabe by no good me giving one description where only no billion but we only part lot that group whereby only covered. But also say one where you may want them is that lot that particular session whereby only share them and him to by only launch them finding look at the say no say blow only come inside no more. But one thing where you want them is that one environment where get that only safe, only play safe, or only feel safe, no only go inside them. So I mean say initiative whereby you may give me go, whereby me available. Mimi also you also me got one narvala 1 or narvala 2 me also but you must make sure say me access them same something where you may do access them. So that is the initiative, but you must make sure no say initiative here is safe. Also say every risk you may by you may make sure that we only trade them that platform now say maybe call them get regulatory sandbox time we only come inside them. Everyone only must be safe. Time we only come inside one name service only provide them naravala one by no feels a disadvantage. So you stop asking some law all strategies we're going forward. Also by me must tell them say everything by only launch in the next few days. Time we only come out. He may now say by you must tell them say where only covered. But otherwise I can read out the team. All five, I mean 6 panelists. Yeah, everything where you may talk about only come under the team. Inclusion, national financial inclusion. So I mean, say, irrespective of your location, irrespective of your age, irrespective of your gender, irrespective of your being, you have to be included, or you will be included somehow. You old, you young. So I mean, one name you want them say environment and safe no.
Thank you, Thomas Governor. Yes, I think we've been facing full up disaster, especially side of climate change. We look him last year, we got through the earthquake. I think by people only start wondering how now Reserve Bank of Vanuatu, the time we early start Vanuatu start facing people at risk of climate change. How now Reserve Bank of Vanuatu start work with them. Government, more private sector, create them probably one financial system whereby service support them to get economic recovery, more long-term environmental sustainability.
Yes, one good question. I mean, now we government are trying to drive them. You mean talk behalf of government, but the one name where you may understand them is you got one obligation where you come, slowly extend them service here. One existing player, but you may look say risk may high. Lost sense that supposed to only roll them out that initiative. Risk may high, and how blowly address them, only not being able blowly outline them enough. And also, as a regulator, you want them make them sure, blow you approve one license, every conditions blow risk, how you manage them, and how you foresee him, only must address him. So time where me will issue your license, me will do accountable to him. So I mean, say, me very important. Law and national payment system law. I mean, but one principal objectives, for function block government. I mean, block Reserve Bank. You create them one environment where me safe, more sound, low economic development block country. So now me will start complain say me safe, more sound. So yes, digitalization, blow payment, come one very important agenda naya. Also say like for example, yes, you tell them straight. When disaster time strike, you don't need to send your people there. Only go to office, only go make them program and payroll blow you, and then only say no. You can just access it online, digitalize them, and then you just press them one button no more. Everything may appear low bank account or whatever. But me no sabe doctor lo behalf lo government say why I mean no been roll out, but me sabe tell them say application blog that me been come lo one player existing player me come, but me will feel say risk me very high. So me will go back lo kita blue tram address them say blue tram ask them how you intend blow you address them, and somehow time me mistako so government me change me no sabe say government me think also one but me no mo pushum.
Thank you, Thomas Governor. And I think the last story I'm limited I think we talk about small groundbreaking blow next branch blow Reserve Bank of Vanuatu, Luganville. I think we have a story and small more how now by expansion blow RBV ko Luganville by me have influence role blow sandol one economic hub.
Thank you, Jamie. And me very important. Economic development activities ta group big one. Disaster too, and strike you me big one, and every time you look Reserve Bank and me no more stop below headquarter building blame the place me will move out temporarily. But at the same time you me starting thing lo how you me have keep you me safe lo time lo disaster, and you me believe say Santo being one town. Ideal location. Blow you miss set them up second branch blow you mean not only blow one standby site, but importantly blow run them all operation blow Reserve Bank do or not. So now se symposium ya by me happen before that by I got groundbreaking blow RBV Northern Provinces Financial Center and by me happen lo number 30 lo afternoon me very fortunate say by Honorable Prime Minister by Mr. with them Honorable Deputy Prime Minister and every ministers most of the confirm or MPs with Polygram Molicho and me. And me one very important development law history blow this country. Vanuatu emi no lopot villa no mo. Vanuatu emi you got some islands or north, you got some island lo south. Low blue you currently cap 1 to 5 emi also allow them say Central Bank or Reserve Bank emi save start them one branch blame or one narrow location. So now you may think block at second. I mean, first branch blue you mean whereby Mr. Blow North. Basically, everything where you Mr. happen lo place monetary operation or something like for example all currency operation all banks lo santo government lo santo where all sabe como que deposit lo get lo santo lo branch lo santo and all sabe go withdraw them all cash flow lo get lo santo and hemia now I think blow talem se blow upgrade them level blow development you go back low one narrow level where you Mr. Kat no more lo bless lo villa santo now by me offer and meeting se by him just one feeding well lo puzzle where government Mr. preaching Mr. development Mr. development Mr. focus lem se santo next economic hub blow country and by having that central bank just feeding well no more lo puzzle yeah, and it will facilitate as well as stimulate economic development lo that part of the country and hemia lo think that the government may upgrade them Pekwa International Airport as well. So all these things will just fit in very well. And me no say me by me talk also but I'm very proud lo all development ya all is all go together lo benefit lo this country.
Thank you too much, Governor. I think with them answer your question, I can to come to end program today. And emena you follow me, you'll get a discussion inside lo topic we make at me green finance, more digital finance, current for to go towards lo climate resilient, especially lo finance. Thank you too much lo follow the Stret Tok program and thank you lo Governor August Letlet we have start lo share wealth lo knowledge lo side lo financing we Mr. Katna inside the country. Thank you too much. Custom next time lo Stret Tok program. Thank you lo follow me all time.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.